it happen. Meanwhile, let's stay on the West Coast, heading into Southern California, though.
That's right. We're going to head over towards Fox 5 San Diego reporter Elizabeth Alvarez. She is live in San Diego with the latest here of some of this flooding. Hi there.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, the latest here is, well, cleanup will be underway shortly. It is still dark and early. It's 5 o'clock in the morning here on the West Coast. I'm in a neighborhood called South Crest, which is in South San Diego, probably about 10 miles south of the airport. And I just want to show you the front yard and what this property looks like, because this is an indication of what so many houses and properties look like throughout San Diego County. I mean, the front yard is destroyed. You can see here, this used to be a fence. There is mud everywhere in the front. And look at this. There are at least 4 vehicles that were swept onto the property here. And I want to show you the water line. Now that the water has receded from the flooding in this particular neighborhood, check out that dark black water line running across. I mean, this neighborhood was one of the worst that got hit yesterday with the heavy downpour and the flash flooding. In this particular part of the neighborhood, obviously the water was chest high, but this is what most of San Diego County saw throughout the county yesterday, throughout the day. It was so bad that the city of San Diego announced a state of emergency due to the extreme rainfall and flash flooding. We are talking about hundreds of rescues that were made by our first responders, our firefighters, especially here in this South Crest neighborhood, again, South San Diego. They also performed about 24 rescues near the border in the Tijuana and San Diego River areas. There were vehicles that were flooded on roadways. And oh, by the way, 2 of our major interstates, 2 of our major freeways here in San Diego, the 78 and the 15 freeways, if you're familiar, part of the freeway was flooded and had to be shut down. We spoke with San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria yesterday, who said that emergency responders were going to continue to address the impacts around the clock. There's an evacuation center that was set up at a local high school for those who need a place or who needed a place to stay because their homes were so flooded. I mean, we are talking about hundreds of folks. In this particular home that where we are in front of the property, I don't even know if anybody is inside. It is dark. The blinds are partially open, but it is very dark. Considering the fact that the water level was chest high at the very least, I don't believe there's anybody in there. I mean, it is soaked. These homes are destroyed. Not to mention, not too far away from here, we have Coronado. If you're familiar with San Diego, you know that Coronado is a destination. It's a tourist destination, not just for San Diegans, but really for so many across the country. Coronado Island, as it's referred to, it's really a peninsula, but Coronado has declared its own state of emergency for seeing the unprecedented rainfall, for seeing the flash flooding that destroyed so many homes, so many properties, and so many schools this morning in San Diego County. In this particular neighborhood, just to circle back around, yesterday we saw people and their pets on the roofs of homes. A frightening scene, a similar scene. It reminded so many of us of what happened during Hurricane Katrina. The only difference, though, is fortunately for us here in San Diego, there have been no deaths reported. There were a few reports of some people having to go to the hospital from this particular neighborhood, but as far as any other casualties, well, we're still waiting to hear from first responders for an update on that end. But as of yesterday, there were no deaths reported. But again, it is about 5:15 in the morning or so here in San Diego. We'll get some sunlight coming up in about 45 minutes, I want to say, and we'll get a better idea of what these neighborhoods look like. But this is just an example here of a home that was destroyed, the current so strong with the flooded waters, sweeping cars onto property. It was quite a scene. All right, ladies, I'm going to send things back to you in the studio.
Yeah, Elizabeth, you know, you think about San Diego, you think about Hotel Del, you think about the gas lamp district. You don't think about people that are rushing to the top of their house trying to save their own life. Now, there was a flood watch in effect, but flash flooding happens quickly. Is it sort of the sense that people really felt caught off guard despite the fact that flash flood watches were posted?
Yeah, they did. They honestly did get caught off guard. As we were talking to people throughout the day yesterday into the night, they knew the rain was coming. You know, we've been talking about the rain and this storm. We've had so many of these storms, right? And oftentimes, you know, it'll rain and then it'll pause and then it's gone for, you know, the next few hours. The fact that it rained so hard in such a short amount of time, and it was consistent rain. That's the thing I think that threw everyone off guard, is that the rain just seemed to not stop. We got a pause in the early afternoon, only for it to rain again last night. And even this morning, here where we are, we have some light scattered rain throughout San Diego. In this particular neighborhood, I have my hat on because it was raining, light rain not too long ago. We're getting a break. The brunt of the storm, as you folks know, is behind us. But what's ahead for so many San Diegans is the cleanup and what they're going to do with their properties and where they're going to go. So we'll keep you guys posted.
It's heartbreaking. Nobody expects to be caught in that situation, even with the forecast at hand. Fox 5 San Diego reporter Elizabeth Alvarez, thank you for the update from Southern California. We send your community our best. Looking at conditions